It was ironic, and I believe in divine intervention, and Duncan Imports started, ironically, December of 2015. I was looking at a Hemmings Motor News, and there was a little print ad where a guy had some Hondas up in Crozet, which is near Charlottesville, and we rode up there, and they were in a barn, and they had a lot of mildew on them, and we couldn't get together on any of those. And he said, well, you're on your way back to Christiansburg, Virginia. Why don't you stop by Waynesboro? I have another garage. Well, when we stopped, there was a little mini truck, fire truck, and an escargot, and I just had to have it. Well, it just so happened the time before, the March before that, I had spoke to Don Mullendore, which has been a dear friend of mine and Jerry's employer for 29 years, and about buying this 110,000 square foot warehouse that we're here in. And I was just buying it to put my collector cars. Little did I know where we were headed. January of 2016, we got the building, we closed on it. Before we ever moved a car in here, I've been blessed. Jerry's a pastor. He's been here. I bought the building and Don threw Jerry in with it.
Part of the property.
There you go. And we all, there was 3 of us, and we all had prayer back here. Jerry, you want to talk about that a minute?
Yeah, just prayed over the building that the Lord would show us what to do and bless what went on here, and you know, we would honor Him in what we did, and it was sort of hold on after that.
Got started, we had dealt with a man out of Washington State and bought 10 fire trucks with him.
Yeah.
We started with that, and he started with us. He bought cars out of Japan, so we started buying with him in the spring of 2016, and he said, you're just buying so many, I can't handle you anymore. So he took us, he sent me to a guy in Japan, and we had a problem with those people. And then this, again, divine intervention came again in May of 2016. We'd heard about a lady that was selling mini trucks out of California, Rika Vaughn, with a company called Yamigan, and we met her, and then she, Mr. Sato, that owns Yamigan, Terada, and Hero that worked for them came all the way from Japan to visit us, and I guess to find out if we were for real or not. And since then, they're the only people we deal with. Since May of 2016, we've brought in almost 3,000 vehicles from Yamigan, and they've been great partners. From 2016 until now, we've rented cars to movie studios. We rented 4 vehicles to Warren Buffett and Bill Gates for a film shoot that they had. We give away free materials to people and Bibles to help motivate them, customers. And before the COVID, we don't charge for people to see this. We've been blessed, and we just want to give back to the community. We have people come from all over the country and other countries that have been here. It's sad to have to turn them away during this time. We do support Little Girls Ministry, Brittany McCann, the Brittany McCann Project. Last year, she helped 125 kids,
Yeah. Yeah.
50-some families.
Families, yeah.
And we're, any donations, we don't charge anything, but if people want to leave her donation. She sometimes comes down before COVID and hangs out on Saturday to meet the customers. And I don't know, this has just been a blessing from God, and it's unbelievable what it's turned into. The way we came about these Figaros, my brother and I had won a trip with Honda in 1989, and we went to the Tokyo Motor Show, and when I saw these, I thought, man, they're going to be a winner. Unfortunately, we had to wait 25 years to bring them in. They made a color for each season. They had the mint green, a topaz, a pastel, and the lapis gray. They only made 20,000 of them. They only made them 1 year, and you had to get on a lottery to be able to buy one. This is a 1949 Mercury Woody that belonged to Barry Goldwater. He owned it for 20 years, and he did his campaigning in it. We've got the story in the magazine and everything with it. An interesting vehicle with an interesting past. This is a 44 that I've known all my life. When I was a kid, I used to pick up pop bottles out here on Route 8 and take them to the store and get money for them. And Mr. Whitworth drove this car back then. We were talking in the 60s. And then in the 60s, he sold it to Tommy Hurd in Blacksburg. And Tommy kept it for years. And then in the 90s, Tommy decided to street ride this car. And unfortunately, Tommy was a good customer of ours. And he never got to see this car finished. He got cancer and passed away. And I bought this car from his widow, who's also a good customer, and she's since passed away. But kind of known this car all my life. Jerry, I did all the talking. You need to say something.
I was shaking my head. I agree with you. No, it's been a real blessing, and you know the good part about it is it's a lot of fun to see people's reactions as they go down memory lane or see something new that they haven't seen before in these cars. But you know, it's also good to see the reactions when you're able to hand somebody who speaks Russian a Russian Testament or something and see their face light up, and as they realize that, you know, we care about everybody here and try and, you know, and that the words for everybody, and it's been a good opportunity to witness and tell people what the Lord's done, and to it's some of the conversations you get into just are amazing. The way people are put in your path, and it's really been a good experience, and I feel like it's where God's wanted us to be. I tell my congregation, it's when you're there on Sunday, you know the people that you're sitting there looking at. Sometimes I feel like maybe I'm more effective away from the church than I am in the church, and I think that's the way it's supposed to be. We're supposed to be out here in the world sharing, and this has made a wonderful venue to do it.
As far as the future, you know, I don't really know. whatever the Lord's will is. I mean, he's brought us this far, and he'll take us the rest of the way. We do know that even as human beings, we all should always put him first, and sometimes we forget that, but I don't think there's any doubt that he is the success of this business, and it's not me and Jerry. We ain't that good, but we'll just see what he has in mind.